Behind me is the site where 2 people lost their lives back in the 1980s by a guy called John Cooper, the Pembrokeshire murderer. Welcome back to Bad Seeds.
You've got an unusual hobby, John, haven't you?
Oh yes, the scuba diving.
The scuba diving.
Snow.
Fact is, John, that the net has been slowly closing in around you.
Because that's your out. Look. Of every damn thing. Oh yes. Put them all onto John Cooper because that's good and proper.
There's a moat. There's got to be an entrance. You would, from the air, you would not believe that any of this was here. The reason why this fort is so significant is because it relates to a series of murders that happened on the around Pembrokeshire by a guy called, God, I've literally researched him all today and I've forgotten his bloody name.
There's no way.
There's no sign of it, it's so overgrown. By a guy called John Cooper.
Really? That's the original fort? Normally when we get to these forts, they've been stripped for absolute decades.
He's a double murderer, burglar, thief, rapist.
What? But look, this has got the old fireplaces, which, look, in a fort.
Oh no, yeah, it's got the old stove. And his crimes span over a 20-year period. Yeah, I've never seen that.
Career criminal.
And the only reason that he was caught was built for a cost of £45,000 at the time.
Wow. So just for everyone at home,
Which, thanks to the Tories, is now like 10 million. His original crimes were between 1985 and 1989. He was only then convicted of the murders in 2011.
and what does the fort have to do with all this?
Oh shit, yes. It was his house.
Oh yeah, military man.
No, so he was prolific in stealing trophies. Not actual trophies, like collecting trophies from his crimes. And some of the things that he nicked, he kept in this fort.
Because that's your out. Look, of every damn thing. Oh yes. Put them all onto John Cooper because that's good and proper. You're making things try to fit to John Cooper and it's bloody annoying.
So there's no dead body. He didn't kill anyone here.
No, didn't kill anyone here. There's no dead body. There's no like real creepy stuff. It's just so happens that he dumped a lot of evidence there, and it's also a very cool place.
Where to next, Squire?
So I think one of the places that we can go to next is we can drive past the house where he killed his first victims. So first one he did was Richard and Helen Thomas.
Just before Christmas, a wealthy farmer, Richard Thomas, and his sister Helen, both in their 50s, were found dead in their blazing house near Milford Haven.
Yeah, millionaires that live close to the fort. They live literally like 3 minutes away.
It's very close. It's
very close. I don't know if any of the stuff that he nicked
Hey.
he actually put inside that vault.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
Police are investigating a mystery fire at a lonely country mansion in West Wales.
Dyfed-Powys police have set up an incident room nearby as part of their investigations into the fire.
He went into their house, held them up at gunpoint, tied up Helen,
Yeah.
and robbed them blind of all of their gold, all of their money.
The fire brigade were called at 11:29. They arrived within minutes.
And then, with the guy, he shot him in the stomach.
The body was Richard Thomas. He died of shotgun wounds to the stomach and the head.
He then poured paraffin all over the house and torched the house.
Oh, Jesus, what a way to go. You get shot in the stomach so your intestines will be hanging out.
Yeah.
Scovelston Park had been the family home since the 20s.
Helen was found upstairs in one of the bedrooms, but her body was like completely burnt to a crisp.
Helen and Richard were brought up there. Richard's ambition had been to be a scientist, but when his father died, he felt obliged to go into farming.
So, for everyone watching, if you would have followed the road correctly to get here, it only takes 3 minutes.
But it took us 25 because we were falling asleep.
We pushed the car up the hill.
This is what I believe to be the house.
That one there?
Yeah.
It's a long drive, isn't it? You've got some balls to walk up there.
So it looks a little different from the picture of it.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like it was torched, so I think it was rebuilt. But it's the same name and it's a very similar shape.
Is it? Is the
so I think
pictures
this
of
is
it
the
being
rebuilt.
burnt
Yeah, yeah. I'll find you a picture.
4 months later, the ruin of Scovelston Park has given police few clues to go on.
Because it was like completely torched, so I believe it's been remodeled and rebuilt. It's also now a B&B.
Oh, wow. That's mad.
So you can go stay there if you want. You can go stay in the murder house. And weirdly, when you put the name of it in on Google, yeah, it comes up, but the image that comes up is of it being torched,
What the fuck?
which I find really interesting. It's not of like how the B&B looks now. It's literally the image of it, like after it's been on fire.
So what happens if like you've got a book in there?
That's
you, like, booked
look,
it on.
that's what you see.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've shown you a picture of him.
No, I haven't seen him.
Jesus Christ.
What
That's
the?
how he looked in like the 80s. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
That man murdered 4 people.
4 people.
4 people, I believe. And raped one, sexually assaulted another, and committed over 30 burglaries in his time.
What the fuck?
So I think the next place that we'll go to is an estate in Milford Haven.
Sounds good.
Which is right next to a wooded area where he jumped out on a group of teenage girls and raped a 16-year-old and sexually assaulted a 15-year-old.
What? A group?
Yeah, he jumped out on a group
Right.
of girls with a shotgun, I believe.
Now I know there's
Balaclavaed up.
I know there's a lot of sick bastards in this world, right? But if there's say like 4 girls and he jumps out on them, 2 run off, he gets. Well, I'm guessing there's more than 2 in there.
Yeah, he said a group of
So
teenage
you've
girls.
got something either seriously wrong with you or massive bollocks to try and Like, because they could run off and get someone else, and then they could get someone else and come back and... I often think about this, right? Well, I don't.
Be careful here.
I often think these people that do this stuff, like rape, for example, was he just sat in his house one day and he was looking at his shotgun and he was like, oh, I'm gonna just grab that and go out looking? Or was it like just a spur of the moment type thing? Like, was it premeditated, or was it like planned? Or
I don't know. So what we'll do now is we'll go to the estate where it took place and the wooded path. There's a path that runs through the woods where it would have taken place. Next stop, Milford Haven.
roundabout?
Oh no, it's telling me to turn round.
Turn round?
Yeah,
Can't do that.
I'll turn round.
Don't have reverse.
You got to reverse all the way there.
It's Gaddafi's law. People saw all the outtakes of these fucking just...
Outtakes, that's going in.
You've got to reverse all the way there. It's Gaddafi's law.
These fields up here,
Yeah.
there used to be a school around here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's been bulldozed now.
Yeah.
And there were 5 teenagers. It were actually 3 girls and 2 boys, and they were walking home. They
From
were just
school?
walking, no, not from school. They were just walking around these woods and fields, and they were walking home
Yeah.
when he approached them with a torch, shone it in all their faces. But
So it was night time.
he pointed the gun at them so they could just see the barrels, which is when everyone, like, started to panic.
Yeah.
In the interview, the 15-year-old said that he came in front of us and was shining the torch in all of our faces. He put the gun under the torch so we could see the barrel facing us, and that's when everyone started to panic. He demanded to know their names and ages and forced them to lie face down in the ground. He singled out the 16-year-old and separated her from the group. When interviewed the following day, she told police that he pulled a knife out and forced her to remove one leg from her jeans. He then put the knife by my neck and told me to stop crying and not tell anyone.
Fucking hell.
That will have led up to the fields where they were.
Imagine just being a teenager, like neighbourhood kids, lekking out all day, and on your way back someone pulls a fucking gun out on you.
It'll have been these fields. So he pulled a gun out on them and basically demanded money from them, from all of them, teenagers.
What is a quid?
Yeah, what I don't understand is why he demanded money from teenagers.
Do you think that was like an hour back? Like it was like a fake robbery?
Well, in like 1996, like you're gonna get a couple of quid, if that.
Yeah. They even carried bank cards with them back then, really.
Yeah.
Might have written you a cheque.
So yeah, hang on a minute, mate. Let me get my checkbook out.
And I bet he still had the 70s haircut in the 90s.
Yeah, probably. Why does that make it worse somehow?
It just does. It's mad, right? Because, we're just walking down this path here, this little snicket. And, it's quite pleasant area. And you just have no idea the atrocities that are committed in the most nicest places. And going back further than that, what else has happened here? It's just mad. Like, history is crazy. So So did he get caught for the? Did he get done for the rape?
Right. So he was caught for the rape, sexual assault, and 30+ burglaries.
Yeah.
Around the area, and sentenced to 14 years.
Yeah.
In 1997, I think it was. It was then released in 2009.
We're in Little Haven now. Is that right?
Yep.
Why are we here then?
We're here because this is where he murdered the second couple.
Oh.
It happened at the end of June, a time when thousands of tourists were in southwest Wales.
What's this bit of information that you wanted to tell me?
Oh, yeah, so an interesting factoid about this whole thing is that one key piece of evidence was that he was on the TV show Bullseye.
No way.
And because he was on this TV show Bullseye, and I'm assuming it's because of where they filmed it, he was actually using the opportunity to scout out locations to rob.
Oh, like they must have put me up in a hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
And that played into evidence?
Yeah, that was used as evidence.
Oh my god. Can you put some of the episode in?
Apparently, it's the place to do it down there, isn't it?
Oh, we've got coastline.
Because, yeah, but we hope you all have a good night with us. Give them a round of applause.
So we need to go up there.
You can walk up there.
Yeah, we need to go up there onto the coastal path.
Right, let's do it.
There were a couple were called Peter and Gwenda Dixon.
Yeah.
The disappearance of those two walkers, Peter and Gwenda Dixon, on a cliff-top path in Pembrokeshire.
And they used to come here on holiday all the time.
Yeah.
And they were staying at a local campsite just up on the cliff.
Campers remember seeing the couple set off for their walk at about 9:30.
It's Tim Dixon here. I'm concerned about my parents. They were due back this weekend, and in fact they were due back at work today, but they haven't turned up yet.
And they left their tent to walk along the coastline because there's a path that goes along the coastline.
Yeah.
And he jumped them.
You've got £220. What are you going to do?
I'd like to gamble.
There it is.
He stole his credit card,
Yeah.
or his bank card, and some money, and then he shot them.
Gwenda and Peter Dixon had been killed with a 12-bore shotgun. For 2 days, the RAF, police, Coast Guards and National Park wardens searched along the coastal footpath, suspecting that the Dixons had fallen from a cliff. What they found was worse than they had feared. Just after 3 p.m. on Wednesday the 5th of July, a police dog discovered their bodies at the edge of the cliff top, carefully hidden by branches.
So yeah, the key piece of evidence, and the reason why he got caught, is because the woman that he killed here, he, used to like trophies.
Yeah.
He kept her shorts.
Sorry, have you ever seen the shorts in this photograph, TWB1, before?
I believe those are my bathers, actually.
Okay.
And he had them adjusted to fit him. I know.
Police asked forensic scientists to examine the shorts again. They had been shortened, possibly by Cooper's wife.
They unstitched the hem, and inside the hem they found a DNA profile which matched Julie Dixon, who was the daughter of Gwendolyn Peter Dixon.
They managed to match a speck of blood on those shorts.
That was still on them?
That was still on them. To her DNA.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what's crazier. The fact that he's wearing women's shorts or the little tiny blood splatter.
Yeah.
I want to know what other trophies he kept.
When they raided his house, they found so much stuff, trophies, that they had to go to an airfield, like hangars in airfields.
Yeah.
Lay out a bunch of pasting tables and lay out all the evidence so that victims' families could identify pieces of evidence.
So he's done a lot of crazy shit.
Well, a lot of it was like burglaries as well.
Right, okay.
The shorts thing is the weirdest thing. Like wearing the shorts of the victim that you'd killed. Not only wearing them, but having them adjusted to fit you.
That goes beyond just murder. That's like some kind of sexual,
there's some kind
weird
of sick
fetish thing he's getting out of it.
Yeah. So they dumped the bodies just down this path.
You think they'd hear the shotgun blast?
Yeah, that's true. So it will have been somewhere around here. I mean, somewhere like that, possibly.
Now, what you've got to understand is I'm now conscious that I'm walking on a footpath where two people lost their lives with a shotgun. It's a bit like, this is the thing with these bad seeds. I'm not living it, but I'm kind of living it. And it gives you such a strange feeling. Like, I'll never forget the time that we went to the first murder of the Yorkshire Ripper, and it's the weirdest feeling ever. It happened somewhere around here. Now at this point, you're probably all wondering, what's happened to John Cooper? Is he dead?
So 2011, they gathered all the evidence, and 2011 they convicted him of 4 counts of murder and gave him 4 life sentences. That was in 2011, so he's currently in prison.
Do you know what? That'd be quite good.
What?
Right. So imagine this, there was a drug that made people immortal. They lived forever. But they used it as a punishment.
Oh. Because then and kept them in prison.
And then kept them in prison forever. Forever. And on that bombshell we're going. We've got about a 4-hour drive. Longer probably.
I like how you always have to tell them how long our drive is.
Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.